Before we go to the open discussion, Mary Moonan, the program coordinator of ChildLine, which is a hotline for children. And Mary has been a longtime partner and collaborator with the Break the Silence project. She was actually involved during the research phase, uh, along as part of the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, which was one of our partners. And she continues to be a member of the Break the Silence Network. So we felt that your presentation would have been really relevant to the work that Mary has been doing for a number of years. So we've asked her to do a brief reflection on what she heard in order to lead off the discussion. And thanks again for that wonderful presentation. Mary.
Thank you so much, Rhoda. And Hazel, I don't know if you recall, a few years ago, you sent a trick email to ChildLine if we were aware of any services available for child abuse because you had a suspected case of child abuse. Do you recall that?
Oh my God, I do.
I traced you to Toronto and then I found you in Grenada and I said, it's the Water Foundation. And you called me and said, how did you know, Mary?
I certainly remember, Mary, that was the time that we were setting up our own child helpline in Grenada, right? So
Right.
Sweeter,
You were testing.
Sweetwater Foundation, and we were training. And as a part of the training, we had someone in from America, Stop It Now, it's called, one of America's longest serving helpline agencies. And they said, call every helpline. Call 20 helplines. Call Uganda. Call Jamaica. Call everybody. Make up a case and see how they respond. Let that be a part of your training. So, my dear, I didn't mean to trick you.
Well, I said she is very tricky, but it was
Oh, well.
with you. But on your presentation is really eye-opening to look at the under five because most of the time adults do not listen to children, especially when they are so young. And when they speak about certain things that happen, they tend to ignore them. And you also spoke about mothers who should be aware, but in my experience at ChildLine, quite often when you approach the mothers of these abused children, they are in total denial. They say it never happened. The child is lying. I don't know if you've come across that. So this is a very vulnerable cohort of children. They are not listened to, they are too young to be listened to, and quite often no one believes them. And therefore, I really, take my heart off to you for doing this research into this very, very vulnerable age group who has no voice, no opinion, and are not allowed to speak. But they need our help. And generally, child sexual abuse, as you have just said, is on the increase, in particular with COVID and the fact that all the children are locked down in these confined spaces where the predators live. Sad to acknowledge, but it is the truth that most child sexual abuse takes place in the place where they should be safe, their home, with people that they should be able to trust. But unfortunately, that does not happen most of the time. Now, with regard to this new approach of the bystander, it makes me think what makes us behave the way that we do? What makes us stand back and witness atrocities being committed and we do nothing? And I remember the saying that evil takes place when good people do nothing. Why do we do this? I think you need to do a research as to why we, educated, smart, intelligent, sane people, do nothing when we witness atrocities. And I would welcome the outcome of your approach and your research, but it is inspiring to know that you are doing that. And I would love to share your research with you when it's published. Is it next month?
No, Mary, you first need to write us a big check to do this research, eh?
You're an NGO. We're not funded by who is it that funds you?
The Under 5 project is being funded by Global Affairs Canada through the Women's Voice in Leadership
Oh, okay.
Caribbean team and the Equity Fund. Yes.
Oh, so you are well funded.
Well, we're very appreciative of everything that we
Yes.
get, for sure.
Well, like all,
One drop fill the bucket, right?
yes, well, um, like all NGOs, we struggle. We have to have very careful financial management because we do things for free, basically for a cohort that can't afford to pay us.
Yes.
But how can you charge children who are being abused or
Yes.
families that are being neglected and abused? It
Right.
just is not possible.
Yes. I just don't want to face the little girl in Jamaica again.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't want to. That hurt me so much.
And what you said is true, that researchers and those of us who are involved in the field, we are affected by our interaction with these victims.
Yep.
And know it or not, there are times when it does take a toll on us, and we sit and we reflect as to why humanity can be so terrible. But we live in hope. We always
do.
we
We
can't
do.
be doing what we are doing. And we know things will change for the better once we collaborate and support each other.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you so much. And it was lovely hearing from you and your lovely presentation.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mary. This was excellent. I didn't know there was going to be so much excitement in your sections. But it just goes to show how those of us involved in the field often connect in different ways. So thank you very much, Mary.
Welcome.